In a bank robbery, there are a fairly limited number of variables. There are things like bank location, entry points, exits, the number of security guards, and there's usually only one goal, which is get money. In cybersecurity, there are so many ways an attack can happen and so many different types of targets, but there is one very simple variable that both a bank robbery and a cyber attack can have in common. They can both be done by an inside man, some disgruntled employee, a whistleblower, or just a crook through and through. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode where we're going to talk about the data breach of the company Block, their Cash App, that affected 8.2 million customers' data, including their brokerage account details. Data breaches happen every single day. You might remember the episode I did on the data breach of Robinhood that exposed 7 million brokerage account customers' data. Now, in that breach, attackers used social engineering of some poor sucker at Robinhood to gain access to internal tools, and they stole email addresses, names, dates of birth, but they didn't get any financial data. In case you missed the episode on Robinhood hack and you want to watch it, the link is above, it's in the comment section below, it's at the end of the episode. Today, we're going to take a look at this data breach of Block. Block, formerly known as Square, owns the Cash App, which they market as the easiest way to send money, spend money, save money, and buy cryptocurrency. Maybe they should add lose money to that slogan. Just saying. Now, I hope you'll watch the full episode, but if not, you can now skip directly to my insights at the end of the episode, right from the timeline below. For the rest of you, let's go through the story together to get some context and see what we can learn to protect ourselves and others.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
Block, formerly known as Square, said that a former employee improperly downloaded Cash App investing reports containing U.S. customer data. The payments company, Block, is notifying some 8.2 million current and former customers about the breach, according to a regulatory filing. The employee had regular access to the reports as part of their job, but the December 10th access occurred after their employment had ended. Block said the reports included the customer's full name and unique brokerage account. Some customers had more data in the report, including portfolio value, holdings, and 1 day's trading activity. Congratulations, you're doing a great job by wanting to learn about Block's data breach that affected this 8.2 million customers. I appreciate your support by watching my episode about it. If you're new to my channel and have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel and smashing the bell to be notified when I upload new episodes where I give you insights into the newest important cybersecurity news stories like this one. With my insights, you can be better prepared to protect your company, your family, and of course, yourself against these and other cyber attacks. So, hit the subscribe button now and let's continue to learn about this story together. So luckily, the reports did not include usernames, passwords, social security numbers, birth dates, payment card or bank account information, addresses, or other personally identifiable information. Block said the reports also didn't include security codes, access codes, or passwords for Cash App investing accounts. The company notified the applicable regulatory authorities and law enforcement about the breach. Block hasn't completed its investigation into the incident, but doesn't expect it to impact its operations or financial results. That doesn't mean it's not going to affect the operations or financial results of any of those 8.2 million customers. The company takes the security of information belonging to its customers very seriously and continues to review and strengthen administrative and technical safeguards to protect the information of its customers, Block said in the filing. A former employee improperly accessed these reports related to U.S. customer accounts. The reports did not contain personally identifiable information. Block shares fell 3.6% in early trading to something like $129 at that point, based on that news. So, what can we learn? Well, I just did an episode on the MailChimp hack, where the actual target was not MailChimp. Instead, the attackers hacked MailChimp to gain access to basic information from email lists about its crypto and financial customers. The hackers stole email lists for companies like Trezor, the hardware wallet technology company, and they victimized their customers with a very sophisticated cyber attack. The way it worked was the hackers built a clone of the Trezor's app. They sent out phishing emails convincing unwitting customers of Trezor to download this fake app and enter the security credentials, of which the hackers then got these credentials and had the ability to steal Trezor customers' money or cryptocurrency, whatever. Now back to Block. In the data breach of Block, customers can just as easily be victimized in exactly the same way as Trezor. One difference, however, is that in the MailChimp attack, there was no direct financial details of Trezor customers in those MailChimp lists that could be used in a phishing scam. The attackers only knew that the lists were customers of Trezor, and there were 300 plus other financial and crypto companies where their lists were also stolen. But with Block Data Breach, there are brokerage account details from many, if not all, the 8.2 million customers. So here we have a list of 8.2 million people where hackers will know specific brokerage account information, like what's their balance and what was the last trade they did 24 hours ago. This information is so specific that a normal human being who is not drowning in experience surrounding cybersecurity and phishing scams has zero chance. The chips are stacked against them. So, how did a former employee gain access to these reports? Right now, there are no publicly available details explaining how this former employee got that. When the employee worked for Block, they regularly had access to this data as part of their daily job responsibilities. But when somebody gets fired, or their employment is terminated, their accounts should be deleted or at least locked, right? When will we learn if the accounts were blocked? Or maybe the employee somehow socially engineered a former coworker, some buddy in the same department. Again, right now we don't know. What we do know is that there is definitely a hole in the security policies and processes of a major company. Block makes around $2.5 billion a year and has 1,100 employees. And in case you don't know, Block was created and run by none other than Jack Dorsey. Yes, Jack Dorsey, the co-founder of Twitter, is behind Block. You'd think that a company run by such an experienced person who has run billion-dollar tech companies would have much better policies in place. So in the end, one learning could be that no matter how large and successful a company is or how smart their CEO might be, it doesn't mean they do everything right. Another major learning should be that we need to review not just our update policies for our servers, not just the firewall rules and access rights of employees, but also the policies and processes we have in place for anyone who might leave or get fired from the company to ensure that these people, sometimes very disgruntled, cannot cause any issues for the company once they're removed. Now, I remember when I was a stockbroker many, many years ago, when you got fired, you were escorted from the building by security right there on the spot. You had no chance to clean your desk. Maybe you could get your coat if you had one, and then poof, you got tossed out the door. Now, I'm not saying it's still like that in the industry, but I kind of imagine it is. I'm also not saying that it's the right way to treat people. But when it comes to security or cybersecurity, I think the first thing that should happen when someone leaves a company is that all of their accounts are locked, deleted, or their passwords reset so that they cannot access any sensitive data. Now, this does mean, of course, that over the course of their employment, you need to document all the systems and services they have access to. With that, I say thanks again for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.